Hello, everyone. Welcome you all to our event today. And my name is Ibarasi Balogun, and I'll be the host for today. It's exciting to have everyone here where we'll be discussing how to get into tech without having a background in tech. This program is brought to you by Skillup Africa in partnership with the Fifth Alley. So today we'll be talking mainly from the perspective of two different guests that we have on show today. We have one of which is Mr. Temitayo Adegoke, the Provost of Africa, and we have our other guest, Meme Dodo, where we'll be talking about the background and fundamental about tech and how you can get into tech without ordinarily being a science or non-tech related person. So before we commence, I will take a short 1 minute session before we start fully again. Thank you for joining. So welcome everybody once again. I'm Yusuf Balogun. And for today, like I said earlier, we'll be having uh, two major guests that's coming to educate us about rudiments about tech. What are the issues around tech that scare people from joining in the first place? So we'll dissect everything today. But before we start, we'll have an executive member of South Africa to address us and give us the background about what the partnership about Skillup Africa and the Fifth Alley, what led to this, what are the visions around what Skillup Africa is doing as an organization. So with me, I have Mr. Bamidele Ogundele.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bamidele Ogunlade. I am a quality assurance manager at Skillup Africa, and I welcome you all to this wonderful event where we unveil the mystery behind kickstarting your career in technology. So briefly, I would just like to give us a brief introduction of how Skillup Africa started and what was the vision behind Skillup Africa when we started it in 2019. So the vision was born in 2019, and it was born out of the passion to it was basically just because we had a lot of issues with IT trainees. So when we say we need a developer or an IT person or technical guy in short, it's because we didn't start off as software developers. I mean, a software development training institute alone. We started off with um, programs in cinematography, in product design, and in software development. So it cuts across every field in technology. So the desire was because, I mean, the desire was born out of the fact that we had issues having competent hands managing every task that we gave at that time, that we had at that time. And so we had a lot of half-baked developers, half-baked technical guys, be it in cinematography, in product designs, and these are all people with very fantastic CVs. So we now said, okay, so why not do an in-house trainings first off for everyone that we recruit? And so that was the genesis of how Skill Up Africa started. So we saw that gave a very good impact on everybody that was working back then at Udem Technologies. Everybody was able to jump on their tasks effectively after the training that we gave to the trainees, regardless of how your CV looked. Because a lot of people came with very fantastic CVs, but of course, when you get to the practical aspect, we had it was just little or nothing to write home about. So that was the vision, but I mean, that was what brought about Skillup Africa. So we started it in 20. The first cohort was, first cohort was in 2020 January. It was late January 2020, and we started. Was it January? Okay, February. Sorry, pardon me. It was February, and we kickstart the event, and it was we were majorly offering the back end track, the front end track, and the cinematography track. So we had just 3 tracks at that time, and with about close to 30 trainees in attendance. And of course, we had globally recognized trainers that took them in each of these tracks. Awesome training, awesome cohort, awesome session. And the fantastic thing about that cohort was that we had 100% employment for everyone that came on board for that cohort. 100%. In fact, I remembered a company recruited about 11 at once. There was a company that in Lekki recruited about 11 of our trainees at once. And that was because of how efficient and how efficacious that training was. So and since then, that has been the tradition here at Scale Up Africa. We bring you in as a complete novice. All we need to get is to be sure that you have the drive, you have the tenacity, and you are driven with purpose. You are purpose driven. So, and by the time we just do 1 or 2 tests for you, and we are sure that okay, you are good to go. We bring you in, and then we accommodate you for 6 months with intensive training that has to. Of course, we offer you accommodation, of course, with feeding and transportation to and fro your lecture hall to the hostel, and then of course, the rest is history after 6 months. And after 6 months, you can be sure you are already a fully baked software developer, either front end or back end. Now we offer data analytics. So whether, you can also be a fully baked data analyst. You can also be a fully baked mobile application developer. We also have product design, product management, and all of these things. So here at Skill of Africa, that is the basic thing that we do. And I just hope that you enjoy the rest of the webinar. And I hope that it also opens your eyes to a lot and lots of opportunities in tech. Thank you very much. And I hope we have a good time.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Bamidele. And that shows how far Skill Africa has come as an organization and how we continuously evolve to impact the society and Africa at large. Because the concept behind Skill Africa is to empower African youth and ensure we skill up, we continuously acquire necessary skills that are globally viable, and also ensure we connect the best of African brains to the rest of the world. So thank you so much for that beautiful presentation, Mr. Bamidele. Moving from that, we'll go to our first speaker for today, Miss. Please pardon my pronunciation of the name. Miss Meme Ogbeide. I'll read her profile before she presents. Miss Meme is a global marketing and communication leader that has a function that's functioned in the marketing space for over 6 years, leads successful marketing campaigns for local and international organizations. She currently leads a team of marketing professionals at an IT and cybersecurity company based in Canada. Ms. Meme is also program director of SME Growth Lab Africa, an initiative that aims at empowering underserved businesses in Africa. She has been recognized as a top 10 career influencer in Africa by Workboot magazine. She's a member of Chartered Management Institute UK, and she served as a mentor at the Nolumelu Entrepreneurship Foundation, where she works with ambitious founders to achieve their business objectives. Her numerous skills has also made her dynamic speaker, as she enjoys speaking on topics that are idea focused and on a wide range of marketing, personal branding, and topics under the umbrella of digital marketing to foster learning and inspiration that provokes conversations that matters. Join me in welcoming Ms. Nene Odode for today. She would be talking more about how do you get into non-coding aspect of tech. She'll be giving us the limelight on how we can naturally, yeah, you're someone that feels like, okay, I don't want to go into tech, I don't want to, because tech has to do with coding. Oh, I'm not fit for that. Oh, how much more do I need to know about aspect of tech that don't have to do with coding? All of that will be answered today while you take up the podium. Thank you so much. Ms. Mimi, are you ready for us, please?
Yes. Hi, Yusuf. Thank you for the introduction. Sorry, can you pull up my slide? Yeah. Thank you. And I think since I'm the only one speaking, I can just have my screen left, if that's okay. All right. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to your audience on how they can start up a career in tech, especially those who are not interested in the coding or the technical aspects of tech. I personally work in the tech space as a non technical person, and today I would like to share some roles and functions that are in demand now. They are not technical, but they are very relevant in the tech space. So I will be highlighting those tech roles and the pros and cons of each of those roles, general skills for marketing professionals, how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, and places you can find marketing roles in tech. Now, of course, Yusuf has already introduced me, but once again, my name is Mimi Ogoigbe, and I have been a marketing professional for the last 6 years, close to 7 now. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, the handle is Digital May. I'll be happy to connect with you as well. Okay, so moving on, right? I like to start today's session with this quote that, talks about the moments that we're most likely to occur when we're feeling deeply uncomfortable, unhappy, or unfulfilled. It is in those moments that we are propelled to step out of our comfort zone and find ways to become a better version of ourselves. I like to start my teachings or my sessions with quotes because then it gives a different perspective to what the audience are expecting to, learn, right? So in the next 20 minutes, I will be talking about marketing roles in tech specifically. Now, there are a lot of roles in tech. There's the admin side of tech. When we talk about tech, we're talking about an ecosystem that has different structures of organizations. Every organization has structures. And when I mean structures, I mean they are compartmentalized. There is the admin side, there is the finance, there is the marketing, there's the sales, there is engineering. So when we talk about tech, we're talking about an holistic ecosystem that has several functions for it to work. Tech is not just the technical side, tech is not just coding, software engineering, front end, back end. That is an aspect of tech, right? The other aspect of tech is the non-technical part where there's the, admin, HR, finance, marketing. So those are the areas that as someone who's trying to get into tech should also look at as well. agree that the technical part is very lucrative. If you're a software engineer, of course, you're a big boy or a big girl. If you are a front end or back end or full stack or whatever, those are roles or skills that are highly in demand. But one aspect of marketing one aspect of tech that a lot of people need to start paying attention to is marketing. And that is what I'm picking out today. Okay? I'm picking out the marketing aspect of starting a career in tech. And I'll tell you why. Marketing is a game changer in the tech space. No matter what you build, no matter the solution that you have created, without marketing professionals, without a sustainable marketing department, it is nothing. It is one thing to build a fantastic product. It is another thing to take that product into the market. So you need marketing professionals. Marketing professionals are like the bridge that connects your product, your service to the end consumer. So I'm picking that line now, marketing, how to get into tech from the marketing side. Like I explained, there's the finance, there's admin. If you like HR, you can work in a tech company as a HR specialist or a HR manager. If you are into finance and you want to get into tech, that's super easy, right? You can, become like a financial accountant for a tech company. Again, tech is holistic. There are several structures in the tech space. You have to pick the structure that you want to function in. For me, it's marketing. I currently work for a tech company as a marketing manager. That is me in the tech space. So if you're not the coding type, if you cannot, become a software engineer, a full stack engineer, a front end or a back end, or a software enthusiast, that is not a problem. You can still function in the tech space. So, but for today's session, let's talk about the marketing side of tech. Okay. Now, one of the roles that I want to highlight today that can help you get into the tech space is becoming a digital marketing manager. Now, this role starts from maybe you becoming a social media lead, a social media specialist, a social media a writer or a content marketer. From that, from that side, you can transcend to becoming a digital marketing manager and function effectively in a tech company. And that's the truth, right? So a digital marketer, is responsible for the digital marketing campaigns in a company, in an organization. When it comes to advertising, they are the ones responsible for that. And there are pros and cons for this role. You can see them on your screen. I mean, the demand for digital marketing is very, very, very high. In fact, it skyrocketed during the pandemic. But that's to tell you that this is also a role, a non-technical role that you can decide to grow your career in if you want to focus in the tech space. Okay. Secondly, a communications manager. Now, let me tell you, every tech company needs a communications manager. Why? Because they are the ones responsible for internal and external communication. Now, sometimes when a company is being called out on Twitter, for example, right? When a company is being called out on a Twitter, the company in question has to quickly, put up a statement to manage the situation. Now, let me tell you who puts up that statement is the communications manager. A software designer cannot do that. A graphic designer cannot do that. An engineer cannot write that kind of statement. So you need a communications manager. So a tech company obviously needs a communications manager. And that's a role that someone who's trying to get into tech can function in. As a communications manager, if you know how to write, if you love writing, if you are someone that enjoys communicating, someone that enjoys managing expectations through communication, right? If you're someone who can, manage that expectation, and you're able to, um, um, you're able to craft out effective communication both internally and externally, then the communications manager is something that you should try to, go for. Number three is a growth marketer, and this role is very, 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 very common in the tech space. Highly common in the tech space because Growth marketing helps tech products scale. A growth marketer is the one that runs iterative tests, ensuring that the funnel, the customer journey funnel, is being adjusted, and um, there are changes that allows a user come into the product, and every journey of that user is being optimized to the end goal, right? Growth marketers are data driven. If you're someone that likes numbers, if you're someone that likes to work with numbers, you can become a growth marketer. Most tech companies that I've come across, they all have growth marketers, because when they build products for the end consumer, for the user, a growth marketer is one that ensures that key performance metrics are achieved. They are the ones that make changes to the flow, of the user. When a user logs in to an app, to the point where they are making a purchase on the app, the growth marketer optimizes that journey, right, to that end point. Okay. Then number four is a product manager. I'm pretty sure everyone on this call has heard product manager, product marketing. Exactly. Right. These are roles that function in between marketing and the engineering side, because the product manager is like the one in between marketing and engineering, but sometimes it tilts towards marketing. So this is a role that is extremely very common in the tech space. It is not a technical role. You're not going to be coding or engaging in technical activities. A product manager is the person behind the strategy of a product. They are the product owner. So some companies call it product owners, while some they call it product managers. Okay, so a product manager is the one who's responsible for the design and development of a product. They work with the engineers, give them feedback from the market so the engineers can make changes to the products. Number five, a product marketer. So a product marketer is the one who takes the product to the market, period. Product manager develops the life cycle of the product, ensures that the product is ripe for the end consumer. The product marketer takes the product to the market. So you see, these are roles that they function without having a technical background. Number six, a community manager, also very common. These are people who manage social media channels. They drive engaging activities on social media. They are superheroes because you don't get to see them all the time. They are at the back end, making sure that the communication channels of the tech company that they manage is very, very active. So if you love social media and you feel like you can, manage your social channels of a tech company, you can want to become a community manager as well. Again, it doesn't require any tech background. Number seven, content writers. These are people who make adjustments to the website, to press releases. They make adjustments to written content. Maybe it's on social media or on the website, right? They are the ones that drive SEO impact in the tech company. I'm just trying to rush this so I can meet up with the time. And number eight is a marketing manager role. This is a more senior role, but again, every tech company has a marketing manager, because you are nothing like the tech product is nothing without marketing, and that's just the plain truth. Nothing without marketing. And that's why I try to pick out the marketing aspect of tech, because a lot of people do not pay attention to this. They all want to be software this and software that. And like everybody cannot be an engineer. Guys, everybody cannot learn front end and back end or whatever. There are other structures in tech that are looking for people. You don't have to, because you know how to write, you not leave your writing skill and go and learn software engineering because that's what everybody's saying we should be at. No, your writing skill is needed in the tech space as a content writer, because you know how to design. As a graphic designer, you say, okay, you want to leave graphic designing and go for front end. That is not a bad decision. But at the same time, graphic designers are needed in the tech space, because who creates designs for social media? It's a graphic designer. So you see, there are structures in the tech ecosystem, and don't pressure yourself to leaving what you know to following the bandwagon, because Sometimes people regret taking that decision. But if taking what you know and developing yourself, becoming an expert in that thing, whether it's content writing, communications, digital marketing, whatever it is relevant in the tech space. Okay. Number nine, a performance marketer. This is also a growing need because performance marketers are the ones who are responsible for the metrics using digital advertising platforms. In the Western space, in US and the UK and Canada, many tech companies are looking for performance marketers because they're the ones that drive metrics when it comes to advertising. Okay. Lastly, a PR specialist, because of course you want your organization to be in the news for good. So a PR specialist is the one responsible for that. And again, remember when you hear announcement from Tech Cabal and other tech platforms, oh, this company just raised this amount of money, this company just raised that amount of money. It's mostly the PR specialists that is responsible for that. They're the ones that prepare the press release and reach out to media platforms to have that press release published. Again, it is not a technical role. So, what are general skills for marketers? In a nutshell, communication, negotiation, analytical thinking, because marketing is all about the numbers, creativity, must be tech savvy, know how to use your internet, your laptop, your smartphones. Leadership, very important because as a marketing professional, you are going to be working across several departments. Okay, attention to details and the last skill, because I can't see it, my screen is blocking it. Okay, so the next 10 minutes, I will show you how to land your dream job on LinkedIn. I've talked about um, roles, roles that are relevant in the tech space, but I singled out marketing. Okay, I mentioned that there are other departments, finance, admin, legal. It's a department in the tech space. As a company secretary, you can have a legal background, a law background, and become a company secretary for a tech company. Okay, so how do you use this information that I've just given to you to land a lucrative job on LinkedIn? Now, LinkedIn is number one when it comes to job opportunities. I know a lot of people talk about LinkedIn as being this or that. People are distracted. Why are you on LinkedIn? Are you on LinkedIn to, you know, listen to people's stories, or you're on LinkedIn to just exist? Whatever you use LinkedIn for will work for you. And that's just it. If you're on LinkedIn to be distracted, okay, no problem. If you're on LinkedIn to connect with people in your industry, it will work for you. If you're on LinkedIn for clout, same thing with social media. If you're there for any motive that you want, it will work for you. Okay, so LinkedIn is the number one pool for job opportunities, and I see that um, some people underestimate that platform. I still know people that are not on LinkedIn. When you tell them, well, why are you not on LinkedIn? "Ah, I don't know. But they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, laughing on that Gist Lovers blog and Insta blog. They're there laughing, chatting, when you can build your professional outlook on LinkedIn. And by the way, till like kingdom come, people are landing job opportunities on LinkedIn. Whatever you want LinkedIn to do for you, it will do for you. Okay? The question is, are you positioned for opportunities? Are you just there on LinkedIn because you want to be on LinkedIn? Or are you there? Are you engaging? Are you communicating? Are you telling your story on LinkedIn? If you position yourself for opportunities on LinkedIn, it will work for you. So let's go into details. Let's talk about how you can land a dream job, a job that when you look at the pay, your mind is excited, your mind is happy. So let's talk about it. Okay. The first thing is to optimize your profile. Okay. Update your profile picture and header into something that is more professional. Talk about your experiences, update your experiences. Take out secondary school. If you have secondary school on your LinkedIn, take it out. If you have primary school, take it out. If you have things that are not relevant, take it away. Okay. You have to make sure that your experiences are relevant to what your LinkedIn profile ought to look like. Your headline isn't um just for a job title. Some people just put a job title. Well, some people can put a job title and they'll highlight two or three skills that are relevant to them. There's this summary part on LinkedIn that talks about your journey. People just write 3, 4 lines. Some people go into details, whatever works for you. Lastly, when you're adjusting and optimizing your profile, make sure that it is an all-star profile. Until it is all-star, you have to keep tweaking until you get there. Okay. Number two, build your network. You're not on LinkedIn to be liking and commenting. Oh, that's nice. I'm interested. That's nice. I'm interested. No, you're on LinkedIn to build connection. You are on LinkedIn to build your network. So send requests to people. If you want to even make it more special, you can personalize that request. Add a message. Hi Sean, I follow you and I enjoy your content. I've sent you a friend request. I hope we can connect. That kind of a thing. Engage with your existing connections. Don't just be on LinkedIn and be scrolling and be looking for job opportunities. You're not just on LinkedIn for the job. You're also on LinkedIn for the connection. Remember that. Number three, share meaningful content. Sometimes people take LinkedIn as Instagram, taking pictures on the safari and blah, blah, blah. That is not a bad thing, but don't get carried away doing that. Because again, you're on LinkedIn to build your connection. So when you are sharing content, let it be useful because the people on LinkedIn are more professional than the people you see on Instagram or Twitter. Let it be useful. Join strategic groups. There are groups on LinkedIn that are for different career prospects. You can join that group and become useful there. And lastly, remember that LinkedIn is for professionals. Act like one. People take political content to LinkedIn. They take things that are not even relevant to the platform. They take it to LinkedIn. And I don't understand why they do that. So if you remember that I said whatever you use LinkedIn for, it will work for you. If you use LinkedIn for clouds, for traffic, it will work for you. If you use LinkedIn to build your connection to apply for jobs, it will work for you. Okay. I think this is number 4, if I'm not mistaken. Share your experiences. Make sure that you're talking about your story. Whatever you learn on a daily basis, talk like share it on LinkedIn. Talk about it on LinkedIn and let people, relate to your story. And lastly, shoot your shots. I know this word or this phrase is very common in the Nigerian space. Shoot your shots. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Go out and reach for opportunities. Go out and send emails to founders, CEOs, HR managers. What's the worst that you can get? No. You get a no, you move on. Reach out for possible opportunities. Don't wait for it because LinkedIn is so open. You can send message to anyone. You can connect with anyone. But whatever you use LinkedIn for, it will work for you. So where are the places to find marketing jobs in tech? Places to find marketing jobs in tech. Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Monster.com, FlexJobs, We Work Remotely, Marketing Hire. These are places that you can see roles in marketing space for the tech industry. And that is all from my side. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening, and I hope that I was able to touch base on some of the areas that you can grow your your um, your career in tech. So I'll be looking at the comments. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Miss Mimi. It's been very, very exciting and thought provoking. It shows us the part of tech that we've not always observed before now. Before now, people have always been thinking you must be a developer, you must be a software developer before you can join tech. You must learn back end, front end, data analytics. But now you've showed us some part of tech that has always been neglected before, or probably underrepresented before. Part of tech like digital marketing, like you mentioned, and other part like product management and the like, which is very, very interesting. So anybody that willing to join tech, you don't even know how to program at all. You don't need to have to go and learn science or be a science student or have a background in science at all. You can just have your mindset, understand the principles regarding that particular role you are going for and master it. You don't have to learn how to code at all, which is very, very interesting. So on that premise, we'll ask question. You got any question at all? You can write it in the on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live. We'll pick it from there. If you have any question, you can send it across. We'll address them very well at the end of the program. So we'll be having a session where now about presenting. Our partner, the Fifth Ali, they will be coming on board now to tell us a bit about their brand and how far they've gone in impacting also. Because I from the profile, I know you learn a lot from hearing from their representative. Please, can we have you now?
Hello. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Skill Up Africa, and thank you, May, for that wonderful session. So I'm just going to be brief so I don't take everyone's time. And I'm going to talk about the partnership, and then I'll talk about what the fifth alley does. So the essence of this partnership was, I mean, we decided to combine our experience in corporate career training alongside Skill Up Africa's mission to support young Africans in learning different skills in the tech industry. And that's how we have May speak on the skills focused on marketing. So at the Fifth Alley, what we do is we create marketing campaigns and initiatives that are tailored towards driving growth for small businesses, for startups, and for entrepreneurs. And we provide different marketing services. Like May, like our speaker said earlier on, for every business, marketing connects your products, your services to the public. And this is where we come in as a digital marketing and creative branding agency. We help you to tell your story. We help you to, connect your products, your services, whatever it is you have as a business. We help you connect it, pass that message across to your audience. Now we provide different marketing solutions. There we have the digital marketing solutions. We have the social media marketing, creative branding, and corporate digital training. And that's where we decided to partner with that's where we decided to partner with Skill Up Africa in this case. Now we talked about the speaker talked about having different skills and positioning yourself in different places, right? And on LinkedIn. So if for instance, you're overwhelmed with work, you're having lots of things to do, and you might not really know how to position yourself or know how to, pass the message across. Something like this is what we can help you with. So we help small businesses, we help entrepreneurs, and we can help you to improve your personal branding. We can help you to create brilliant marketing campaigns that would pass your message effectively across to your audience. So please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. That's the LinkedIn, the Twitter, Instagram, at the Fifth Dali. That's our social media handle. And then you can check us out at thefifthalley.com on our website. So yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you everyone for being on board. And I hope that you implement the skills. It's one thing to know about the skills, it's one thing to learn about it, it's another thing to actually implement, it's another thing to, take actions and positively use those skills to impact your life. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that, Olabisi. That was really interesting to know, and it also helps any brand that wants to run a marketing ads, communication. It shows that Fifth Ali is the right person you can always reach out to, and like what you mentioned last, all of the skills we are sharing here, all of the opinions we are sharing here right now. It's one thing to hear them; it's another to take action because it's you can say as much, but it's action. The action, the finance has to do with you. So you make the move about learning tech skills. It's a view that is what the world is going to right now, and it has this low barrier of entry whereby you can learn it today in 6 months, in 1 year, you can get started. That's what we take as School of Africa too. We trace people, those that are looking interested in going to tech from the zero to the hero standard. And on that basis, I will be sharing a little bit about Skill of Africa, flowing from what Mr. Bamidele shared earlier. So in Skill Up Africa, we are a digital skill empowerment training institute aimed at providing a platform for exceptional Africans to learn valuable skills and become professionals sought after by experts globally. So our brief history, we run a 6 month on-site program with training in front-end, back-end, product design, and cinematography tracks. We've run successful we have three courses successfully over time pass, and our graduates are making experts across board. We have graduates in top organizations that you can name in this country. So our vision is to impact more lives and reach more people. We've decided to introduce virtual courses and product management. You know, in the first is the first to make the list. We have had two cohorts, while the third one is being launched. We realize that we have on-site courses, but more people demand for online courses. Okay, they can't come on-site. How do we learn courses? So we know, yeah, like what our guest speaker said earlier about. courses that you can learn without having to code, which one of them is product management. We have product management courses that we built over time, and we have had two cohorts running already. Third course we have data this month. You can go as well to register for this and kickstart your career in tech. We have other tracks that we've run so far. We've had back end, front end, data analytics, mobile app developers, product designers, cinematographers, and the likes. So now we are launching a new course today. We use this platform to just announce to everybody, which is called Kickstart. Kickstart is to announce an introductory courses targeted at individuals who desire to begin a career in tech. So if you are just new to tech and you want to start afresh, okay, I don't know where to start from. How do I even know what to learn? These are basic courses you can take in software development, graphic designing using Canva, UI UX design with Figma, cybersecurity and border management. Interesting, this course is actually free. What you need to do is just to commit 2 hours of your time every week, 1 hour per day, to learn to be trained by our professionals in different fields. We have trainers across different spheres of the industry. Taking live classes every week, and you have more resources to learn on your own at your own pace on other days. Our graduate degree certificate, we have post training support where you can further your learning and also earn live membership. We have a community of like minds where we train people and educate them about tech. You will automatically be a member of that particular community, and you get certified along the way. So with Kickstart, we have a 4 weeks course, a 1 month course with 8 hours total, 100% virtual. It also allows you the room to ask questions. Unlike conventional, if you are learning on your own, you might not be able to ask questions from people, and people do that a lot. Whereby you start learning coding or you go into product management, you don't know where to start and where to stop. But with this, you are being guided by professionals in that space who can actually tailor your learning to what you actually need at that moment. Meet our trainers. We have like I mentioned earlier, these are people that are leading their industries. We have Ochade Emmanuel, the front-end developer. We have Timita Adegoke, a product specialist. We have Elizabeth Oyok, who is a program manager with years of experience on it. We have Mr. Christian Nwoye, who is a product designer with about 6 years of experience. We have Mr. Kunle, Mr. Kunle Adewale. We have Franklin Akinusi, Samolabisi, Bamidele Ogunlade, who is a cybersecurity expert. These are courses that we put together and structured in self-paced learning. We also have group discussion and group case studies and live classes. So it's actually a tailored for new entrants. So if you are just coming to tech, you don't know how to start, you don't know where to start from, this is a perfect course for you. You just need to identify one of our different courses that we have. Is it software management? Is it software? Is it product management, cyber security? You can take them for 1 month to test your knowledge of them. If you think, okay, with this knowledge I can furthermore, it gives you that soft landing to know that you are making this decision out of conviction and not out of the fact that people say this or product mind, people say it's actually good. Take the 1 month free course to test your knowledge about it, to see how well you can assimilate in that field, how well it works with your prior knowledge of maybe in management or in different field entirely, and how well you can also perform there. So it's fundamental for anybody that wants to come into the who advise to take that. And it's 100% free, like I mentioned. Post training support, community membership, and certifications. To register, just visit skillupafrica.com/kickstart. You can start out right away as you are having this. You can register by following this link at skillupafrica.com/kickstart. And other contact information if you want to reach out to a Skillup Africa representatives. The phone numbers are here, the email addresses, you can reach out to us at Gmail, and you can also visit our website to learn more about it. Thank you so much for listening to that. Yeah, so that is it for introduce Club Africa as a brand, and also talking about our partner, the Fifth Alley, as a brand, whereby you can reach out to us on different support that we offer. So on that basis, I would be moving to our second speaker for the day, which is Mr. Temita Adegoke. Let me read his profile now. Mr. Temita is a product specialist and entrepreneur with over a decade experience in building product and enterprise across solutions for several industries. With hands-on experience collaborating with agile teams to deliver these solutions. Mr. Tayo has a background in digital design, creating diverse products for diverse markets, and entrepreneurship have added, in this. So he has actually had this deep decade-long knowledge in entrepreneurship. He spent the past decade working across functions in product design and management, UI UX design, user research, graphic design, brand storytelling, business development, web development, solution architecture, marketing analytics, and business strategies. He is passionate about helping young Africans learn viable tech skills and become globally sought after. totally committed in raising extraordinary men and women from passive ordinary background. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcome Mr. Timothy Adibuku.
Okay. I want to believe that was a network glitch. Um, okay. So good afternoon, everyone. So nice to have you here. I've been listening to the comments from the first speaker, that's May, and she was so spot on. I wish we had more time so that we can really drive down into most of the things that she discussed. Um, so the basic introduction I will give is to say that you might have heard the words when they say coding is not for everyone, marketing is not for everyone, this, that is not for everyone. That is actually true because not every single skill or skill set can everybody actually do well enough. So, yes, but as much as one specific skill set might not be for everyone, I am a strong believer that tech is actually for everyone. I'm a very firm believer that tech is for everyone. And from what May was saying, she gave us about 11, 12 different aspects in tech. Most of them are even, more geared around, things like that. And in all, in tech, I think we have way more than 200 different career paths that you can in tech. And when you begin to look at it, you will see foundations in our traditional way of doing things before now. So there is health tech, there is agri tech, there is so whatever industry, whatever thing you are doing, there is always an equivalent for you in tech. So don't let anybody tell you ever that tech is not for you. I believe tech is strongly for everybody. You just need first to seek, understand what is right for you, understand what direction or direction you should go into. And that is why we decided at Skillup Africa to begin to do this. We will make these fortnight. So every two weeks, we'll have seminars like this where we'll talk about different aspects of tech with the hope that you will join us each time and be able to learn more about these things that we'll talk about. In addition to, so I want to also say that I know May tried to really go over most of the roles she mentioned. They are still not exhaustive. We have tons of other roles um, in tech that you can still even look into. But because of our time, my focus here today is to start from okay. So the first aspect was focused on you want to get into tech. So, what should you get into? And I think we did a bit of elaboration on that. We will still elaborate more on that first aspect in even our seminars that will be coming on after now. As a matter of fact, we have a course we are currently recording, which was going to be entirely free, which covers this a lot more. Now, the second part is let's assume that you're already in tech. You have defined that, oh, design is what I want to do. You have defined that marketing is what you want to do. You have defined that product design is what you want to do. You have defined that coding is what you want to do. Now, once you have made this decision, what is the next step? What things should you be doing? What things should you not be doing to be able to achieve progress as you move on in your journey? So that is what we are focusing on in my own session of the talk, and I will try my best to just do just that in this next few minutes. So I have some points I've written down now, and I will just go through them with you in the next few minutes. Number one point is once you have decided what aspect or what skill set or what field in tech you want to go to, the first thing I think you should do is to find role models. Now, number one, find role models. And what I mean by role models are you necessarily don't need to have, I don't recommend that you have one person. I recommend you have like 2 to 5 role models. And this is the reason. Now, if for example, you want to be a product designer, for example, if you model after just one person, now there might be some things about that person's journey which is just unique to the person and doesn't have to talk about product design generally. So, for example, somebody who was a graphic designer before moved to product design and is an African might be 100% different. Their approach to work might be 100% different than somebody in Europe who went to school to study product design and became a product designer straight up. You get what I'm trying to say? So I always advise that you have 2 to 5 role models in that industry. Your role model should not be a celebrity. You are trying to become a product designer. You have a product design role model. You don't have a role model who is a sports person. Cristiano Ronaldo is not meant to be your role model in that regard. He can be your role model, for other things. For your career, you find, who are the leading people in product design? Who are the leading people in front end development? Then you pick a role model. Now, you ensure that the 2 to 5 role models you are going to have are from diverse uh, backgrounds. And what I mean is that they are different in their ways, in their style, in their model, in their experience, because you can learn across all of them and become better. Now, when you have these models, what do you do with them? Do you just worship them? Do you take pictures of them and paste all around your room? While that might not be bad, more of what you need to do is actually study them. Go and read their history. Read where they started from, read how they grew, read where they have gotten to. Read about them extensively, end to end. Now, when you do that, you will begin to see things you should do and things you should not do. If there is a certificate you need to have, you will see it there. If there is something you need to do, if there are some kind of projects you need to do and all, you begin to see those things by studying those role models. Mind you, um, the next point is that find a mentor or an accountability partner. Mind you, a lot of Nigerians mix role models with mentors together. They are very different. You might not ever see a role model in the whole of your life. They might not even know that you exist. But for your mentor, it is different. Somebody that is mentoring you must have a one-on-one experience for you. Maybe it is virtually or it is physically. They must know you. They must be able to guide you and lead you. Now, your mentor don't necessarily have to be the person with the best experience in that field. So maybe you look for somebody, for example, Elon Musk can be your role model, but not necessarily be your mentor because you might not even have access to him. But you might be able to access somebody who is a senior developer in your company, your neighbor, your friend's brother, and things like that. So you just the mentor just need to would have gone ahead of you in that thing that you want to learn or that you are learning. So even if the person is just a little ahead, as long as they know more and they can share more with you, it's okay. So find a mentor. If you are lucky to have more mentors, then you are good. Find as many mentors as you can find. Additionally, if you cannot find mentors, at least have an accountability partner. This could be your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your brother, your sister, even your parents. Find an accountability partner. Somebody who understands clearly what it is you want to do, where it is you want to go to, and who can draw milestones and timelines for you. Somebody that can tell you that, Shade, you were meant to start doing this week. Why are you not doing this? The reason is that the journey of life, when you begin to do things, sometimes you get discouraged, sometimes you get distracted. But an accountability partner or a mentor will put you right. They will lead you and say, no, you are beginning to go off track. No, you should be doing this at this time. So find an accountability partner. An accountability partner could even be somebody else you are learning together. So you are both in the same level, but you both determine and your vision should just be clear. Where you are going to should be clear. Your accountability partner can work with you hand in hand to help you scale, help you get to the level or levels that you want to get to. Now, the third point is that have a consistent learning plan. Mark the word consistent. I will favor consistent over volume. So if your consistent learning plan is that every month I will learn one new thing and you can stick to that, you are good. Than you learn a whole week, then in the next 3 months you are not learning anything else. Now, one thing you should know about tech that it is a very dynamic field. and every fields that are inside tech change per second billing. Everything changes, upgrades happen, new things happen. As we have today, right now, a new product might be launched tomorrow and it just changes how everybody does everything. So you need to learn consistently. You need to learn, you have to have a learning plan. A lot of people, when they start working, they get distracted, that they don't think of learning or things like that. Whatever stage you are, you have to keep learning. I have been in tech for roughly 12 years, thereabout now. Every single day, I still learn. I still have things that I learn every single month going forward. Even if you've been 20 years, 30 years, you need to learn every single day. So have a consistent learning plan. Draw a plan. Have it on your calendar. Have it on your reminder. You can even do a yearly learning plan if you can. If not, just do it on a monthly basis. Every week, pick something new to learn about that particular industry or field that you're going into. Then point number 4, practice every day. Now, this might seem a lot, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a lot. Now, you don't have to do 5 hours every day. You don't even have to do 2 hours every day. You don't even have to do 1 hour every day. If it is just 30 minutes, build that habit of practicing every day. So if you can get a job, internship, volunteering role about that thing you are learning, fantastic, because that will help you to do something about it every day. So if you are learning graphic design, even when there is no job to do, look at the graphics around you, pick it and try to design it. If you are learning programming, just build one small project every, just get your hand on something every day. Write few lines of code every day. Whatever it is you are doing, every single day, ensure that you are making some progress. This will really help you to build an habit of doing that thing. So it could be early mornings, it could be late nights, it could be random. Just do whatever works for you. Make sure you practice every single day. Number 5 points that I'm going to share with you is that you should write openly about your work. Now, a lot of people, there's this saying, they say, work in silence, and then let your results noise for you. Or I can't remember. That is very wrong. Don't do anything silent and let your results. Let your work even be shouting. When you don't even know the work, let it be shouting. For example, I read about a particular guy who started learning how to draw. So when he started learning how to draw, he started drawing. The paintings were really horrible. When you saw them initially, they were absolutely horrible. Then he grew from that to fear drawing with biro. Then he started using ink until he grew to a point where he was making amazing drawings. Amazing drawings. He now, because he was documenting everything on Instagram, he now packed all of those videos, all of them, from when he started as an amateur to when that a professional, and bundled everything as an NFT. And when he bundled everything as an NFT, then he sold it. And I think it was the most expensive sell, in this NFT thing, right? You can go check that story out. I will share the details with members of our community after this call. But people could understand and appreciate his work because they saw where he was coming from and where he is now. Don't only share your best work, even the most terrible one of it, share it. The days you are having headache, share it. So that when you grow to the point that you become a pro, and you are telling me that you have 5 years of experience, I can go to Medium, LinkedIn, Facebook. May talked about Facebook, LinkedIn a lot. I can go to Medium and see the trail of your thoughts and see chronologically how you have grown over the years, learning and working in that thing that you are that you are doing. And I will appreciate it better. I will believe you better than you show up 5 years time and you say I've been doing this for 5 years and there's no reference to your work anywhere. And there's no single reference to your work anywhere. So it is extremely important for you to document your process, document your growth. Another thing this does for you also is that it makes you show up before people consistently. So people are seeing you, they are seeing things that you do, they remember you better, than when they don't even hear or know anything about you. Another thing that I would like to say is that get your hands on real projects. Get your hands on real projects. Don't focus on money at the beginning of your career. Now, money. So some people used to ask me and say, "What field in tech should I go into so that I can make a lot of money?" I just laugh because there's absolutely no field in tech that you go into as long as you know what you are doing well enough that you will not make money. So it's not a function of what field should I go into so that I can make money. Every single field can make you a lot of money. It's just left to you whether to whatever field in tech that you are into at the initial phase, do quality projects. There are some projects that stretch you. There are some projects that make you understand more. There are some projects that make you learn more. And there are some projects that give you reps. So, for example, you are a graphic designer and World Cup is coming or Nations Cup is coming or whatever, and you volunteer for a team of designers that are working on the Nation Cup's graphics. You learn a lot through that process. Or you are a member of a church which is a very big church and you volunteered in their department to work. Those kind of things will put your hands on amazingly big projects, even if you are not earning anything at that time. And it helps you grow capacity. Young people need to really learn to grow capacity first. You now begin to determine what, right? When you have the what, you don't need to argue it. Nobody will even argue with you. But grow capacity first. Focus on growing capacity first. When you've grown capacity, like it's not even arguable. Nobody will even say, can this guy do this thing? Does he have the energy, the knowledge to do this particular thing? It's evident to everyone. So grow capacity first. Grow capacity first. Now, the final point that I would like to say is that be daring. Be daring. Don't under so some people they'll be like, oh, I don't qualify for this position, I can't apply. Or oh, I don't have much experience. We second guess ourselves a lot. And sometimes before you are even judged, before anybody even looks at what you are doing, you yourself have talked down on yourself and you're not able to get to where you are meant to get to. Don't second guess yourself. I have had friends who had no experience from anywhere or thereabout who got jobs in Facebook outside the country. And Facebook was responsible for moving them to that country from Nigeria. No antecedent, nothing. It's just that they've consistently been developing and growing themselves. So what I would like to say is don't second guess yourself. Just give it your best. Push as much as you can. Do your best, and you will get the best out of it. So I believe that with these few points of mine, I've been able to it's not a convince or confuse thing now, but I've been able to really shed a bit of light on the things you can do to grow in the tech skill that you have selected so that you can get to a point where you can now achieve extreme success, financial freedom, fulfillment in life, and a lot of other things. Um, Thank you very much for joining. This will be the bit from me for now. If there are questions, I'll be glad to respond to them in due course. So, thank you very much, Yusuf, for having me. You have the floor now.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Temita. That was really insightful and also complements what we've been discussing so far, which also shows that you don't need to have all the answers to your question. You just need to follow established processes and some insight, like you shared the other about having mentors, about knowing the right decision, the right track you are going for, the right course you are going for in tech. But tech has space, has time, has or it can take in everybody. Let me use that way. You can take in everybody, irrespective of your background, irrespective of what you've learned before now. You just need to identify different areas of tech and what area best fits your previously acquired skill set. And on that premise, we have some questions right now. We have some questions for our speakers. One person said I'm a writer and I don't know there's a space for me in tech. So I want to direct this to Miss Mimi if she's still here. Our first speaker, she can address our question about okay, someone is saying the man as a writer, what can she do? How can she use writing as a skill to be viable in tech? How can she upskill herself? In fact, that she has a background in writing. What can she use that thing to do in tech? Can we have an answer to that? Can we have an enlightenment on that, please? And if Nime is still here. Okay, I think we having network issues right now. While we're waiting for her, we can have Mr. Temitayo shed more light on that.
Can you hear me? May is not on the call at the moment, but I will try to respond to that. So, if you are a writer and you know how to write very well, absolutely, there are a lot of roles for you in tech. If you listen to May's session, she talked about content writing, content marketing. Actually, for a lot of roles that have to do with marketing, writing is a foundational skill for you to have. So if you're already a fantastic writer, you're already you're already 60% in. You just need to now leverage tech and begin to get in. So yes, if you're a writer, you might need to learn a bit more about digital marketing. Learn maybe you can go about content management or content marketing or content writing. Look more into those fields, or just Google search, or if you join the Skill of Africa community, you can also get some directions on what courses you can take that will get you on. But with writing, yes, you actually have there's a lot of room for you in tech. Absolutely. Thank you, Yusuf. Okay, so maybe we should just take the questions together then.
Okay, okay, I think that's best then. I have more questions. Once someone is asking about okay, Skill of Africa, they've heard about Skill of Africa before now, and they want to. I think I can also answer this question myself, but I'll have the secretary to shed more light on that as the purpose of
So
this
I don't
station.
think May is on the call.
Yeah, she's not on the call right now. I think she's having maybe issues from my end. So someone is asking about South Africa itself. Talking about the land can they come to South Africa for free and pay later? I mean, as South Africa's training, I think that addressed the on-site courses we are having and how much do they need to commit financially from their end to start a program in South Africa.
So I think for questions about Skill Up Africa and our or join our community, we might not be able to respond to those on this call because of time. So questions about Skill Up Africa, join our community. Maybe our media team will drop links to the community on YouTube and on Facebook. If you register this program with details about all of this, you also get some some social people who are already leverage it that we the need to join the scheme will get all those links. So all the questions like that we can take those on. Still they still make money on. I think I've mentioned this before. Coding is not the only aspect of tech where you can make money. Yusuf, you are muted. Coding is not
Oh
the only
yeah,
aspect of tech where you can make money. You can make money with every different aspect that we have in tech, not only coding. So, whatever direction
someone
you go to in tech, you are safe. Is fail proof. I can always say that. Whatever direction you go to in tech, as long as you can learn and master those skills, whatever direction you go to is fail proof.
Yeah, someone's also asking about similar question to that about
Yusuf,
Eastern
do we have
African.
further questions?
No, we don't have. These are the general questions. Okay, someone asked about engineering background. As an engineer, how well can he move into tech very well? But I think this has been earlier addressed. About you can learn software engineering without even find it difficult for you to get background in engineering.
So
But if you want to
actually,
shed more
you
light on
really
that.
don't need an engineering background to get into tech. I, for one, I studied microbiology. So I don't have an engineering background. I know people who came even from arts, from medicine, from whatever field. So you really don't need engineering like that to get to tech or even to me. However, if you have a background in engineering, it might be an advantage for you, and it might not even be. So it's not necessarily even have any significantly can help you uh, in your journey in tech. Okay, you could remain on the screen, Yusuf, so that we'll take the questions, then we can close out.
Okay, if you have more questions, you can drop them on our Facebook Live, on our YouTube Live for you to be properly addressed here. And like what we said earlier, the link to join our community will be shared there right away, where you can also follow up with our projects, our programs, and how we can get directly involved. But like we said earlier, that as an answer, it has room for everybody, irrespective of the background at all. And you don't even need to have a core science or tech related background before you can start. See within the comment section. This is amazing, this quite educative, impactful. You know. We don't have any questions so far, any new questions, and Ms. May also is not here, so we need to wrap up the session for now. So you can check our YouTube page too, where you can follow up for more information. We'll be dropping vital information in the coming days about the project we're working on and how much you can be a part of the process. So, Mr. Temitayo, will you give us a word of parting right now? What do people really need to do generally after what you said so far? How do they take practical actions, and how much they need to commit from their own end to do that?
Okay, thank you. Uh, as a closing remark, what I would also like to say is that, like I said earlier, there is a room for everybody in tech. Um, Whoever you are, whatever your interest is, the first thing you just need to seek is education. Seek knowledge. Don't just jump into something because your friend, your neighbor, your brother, your sister is doing it. There is room for a lot in tech. You know, there, like I said, there are more than 200 different fields in tech. Seek knowledge. Find out what they stand for. Read extensively about them. Decide which is best for you. Follow it passionately. Follow the things we've discussed on this call, and in a short while, you begin to see results. I believe that tech is a platform or is a leverage or is a pivot that Africa can stand on to really come out of its challenges and issues. And I think that every young person from Africa should take advantage of that opportunity to liberate themselves. So I advise you all not to relent, get on board, help. If you need help, we are here to give you help. We would help you as much as you need, as much as we can, and success will be yours. So thank you very much for having me. It's been a great privilege.
Just before we wrap this up, so a question. Someone asked a question right now that I think is very important. I think the person trying to make sense for his own career. He's asking for a technical aspect of tech. How easy is it for you to transit from cybersecurity to web development? I don't know if you want to shed more light on that. Someone asked a question right now about how easy is it for you to transit from cybersecurity to web development. I think the person trying to decide about that.
First question would be, why is he even transiting to start with? So is it that you were into cybersecurity, then you got bored of it, or you find more interest in web development? So this same question goes for every part of tech. You were a data analyst before, you want to be a front-end developer. You were like me, for example. Maybe at some other time I'll tell you a bit about my journey. I started as graphic designer, then to web designer, then to software engineer, then to mobile developer, then to a consultant, then to product management and all. Do you understand? So there is really nothing in transiting. It's just that I find interest in a new field. I begin to read about it. I begin to practice. I stop doing the one I'm doing before and I get into the next one. So if you are moving for the right reasons, there's really no, you want to move into web development, just begin to learn it. Just there is no process. You understand? There's no 5-step method to say these are the 5 things you need to do if you want to change. No, there's nothing like that. You've learned about Web 3.0, you love it, begin to read about it, begin to consume materials about it, find every resource about it that you can consume, every resource about it that you can find, learn as much as you can, begin to practice, and there you are. So it's just like that. There's no real process to, and this answers the question for everybody that is thinking, I want to move from. There's no process. Okay, you want to become a designer, no problem. Begin to read about design, find every resource about design you can find, take some courses, continue to practice, and you'll be there. It's just like that. So no complexities whatsoever.
So thank you so much for that. That gets question about Tolu. So Tolu, you don't have to bother yourself about how easy it is for you to transit. No complexity like Community mentioned. Just be determined to start, and you have all the resources available to us to you for you to do that. And we as the also we can support you as much as you want. Just keep following us on our social media pages and reach out to us via mail if you need to discuss something personal, and we'll guide you through that process. So thank you everyone for being a part of this. It's been enlightening. It's been refreshing. It also helps to address people's concern about the general consensus around tech, the general issues about, okay, I'm not a tech person. How do I start? You don't have to be bothered too much about it. You just need to take the right step, know the right audiences or the right people you need to reach out to. As Skillup Africa, that's what we do. We tend to take you from a novice level to the best of being in the best time and the best time of your life in tech. So you don't have to bother about that. Just have this single mind about going to tech, and all resources will be provided for you as Skillup Africa. So thank you so much for our guest speakers, Mr. Timitayo Adegoke, Meme Odebe, and the likes. It's been enlightening. And we'll be having these webinars, often and often. So we'll have a new one coming in 2 weeks' time, and you'll be posted about the information about that. So guys, always be a part of this. Tech is for everybody. Africans need to get more involved, and that's why we're doing this to make sure that the African community is well equipped to tap into the technical space right now and have what tech has to give for everybody. Thank you so much, guys. It's been brilliant having you all. So, for my end, bye for now.